Good afternoon. My name is Alena Shautsova. I am an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. Today's legally speaking seminar I would like to dedicate to concerns of many who called my office, and I'm sure many other immigration lawyers, about future of immigration policies in the United States. With the new president who announced his plans to drastically change the immigration picture in the United States, many are worried if they will be physically deported out of the country or if the naturalization or citizenship that they recently received will be taken away or their permanent residence. Well, first of all, anybody who lawfully qualified for their status, that cannot be changed. So everybody will keep their naturalization, citizenship, and permanent residency. Second, I personally do not believe that drastic immigration changes will start as soon as President Trump assumes office in January of 2017. But you know what? You never know. And it's the best thing that you can do is to get ready for anything. First of all, what you need to do is to consult with an immigration lawyer about possible forms of relief from removal or deportation. Many do not know that they may qualify for something called cancellation of removal. If you've been in the country for 10 years and you have U.S. citizens or permanent resident relatives, you may qualify for relief in the form of a permanent residency. Many do not know that they may apply for such forms of relief as withholding of removal, asylum, relief under Convention Against Torture. Those forms of relief are still available even if you previously were deported from the country. So you really should speak with a lawyer to see if you can qualify for something. Number two, if you know that you can qualify for something, but you have been reluctant to do so, now it is a time to apply for relief. I know many DACA-eligible young women and men who have not filed because they said, well, I have my job anyway, or what if it's going to be too hard or too long to receive a work permit. You should really apply for anything that you know you can qualify for, because you never know what can happen, and at least you will know that you used that chance while you still could. Some people can file for a waiver. Let's say somebody who entered the country without inspection many years ago now is married to a U.S. citizen. Such a person may qualify for I-601A waiver. Some people say, well, I do not want to leave the country. Under no circumstances do I want to leave the United States. But guess what? If you work with an experienced attorney and if your waiver is approved, the chances of you coming back after a short trip abroad are almost 90% or 99%, I would say. So you really don't have much to risk with. If, of course, your background check came out negative, that you don't have any possible immigration issues. So you just need to be careful. But if you do have a chance of something like I-601A waiver, and with that you can fix your status, you really should be thinking about applying as soon as possible. Even if your application at this point, of course, will not be resolved by the time new president comes into office, you might still benefit just from the application date itself if the negative changes are going to come. Number three, let's say that in February or March, some drastic changes started to occur and there are ICE officers at your door. What do you do in this situation? Well, first of all, they should have a warrant or your consent to enter your house or apartment where you live. Second, if they ask you questions and they detain you, you need to try as soon as possible to inform your attorney or your relatives about where they're taking you or that you're being taken and you've been detained. You should make those arrangements prior if you have a fear of being detained, so that your relatives or your lawyer can be ready. If you are detained and you were not able to tell anybody why you disappeared, try to make the phone call from the place of detention as soon as possible before you sign anything, telling your lawyer or your family member where you are at. Try to get your A number if you don't know it and you've never been issued it before for your lawyer, because it's very important that your lawyer knows your A number. This is your kind of an identification number for immigration purposes. I would advise not to sign anything that you do not fully understand what you're signing and the consequences you don't understand fully of what you're signing before you talk to your lawyer. And I would advise you to ask for a lawyer every time the officer says that you will have to answer his or her questions. Well, those are tips for the most drastic situations, and I hope you will not need them, and you'll be preventive rather than you will have to do something after negative events happen. If you would like to learn more about possible forms of relief from deportation or removal, please visit my website www.Shautsova, my last name, .com. There are also many good resources on internet published by different human rights organizations, and you should really read and become familiar with what you can do, because sometimes people don't even know that there is a relief and they may qualify for relief and save time, money, efforts, and tears that they would have if they're physically deported. I hope this short video was helpful. You can and you should absolutely watch other videos, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.